Alexander, if you want to speak, you have to hit the request to speak button. Or actually, I can just give you the invite to speak if you want to speak. I'm going to send you the invite if you want to speak. So let's see here. Now you just have to hit unmute.
All right. Yeah, that really threw me off because I was trying to use it on the browser.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Does it even work on a browser, or do you have to be in the app?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I have to be in the app.
Well, welcome, dude. What's up? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Look, I haven't listened to most of your stream. I was kind of just like skimming through it, and then I hopped on. Look, you're not actually wrong when you say that I completely disagree with the other two. That's
right.
Absolutely correct. They too much rely on nature and what's the name of that guy? Something Redbeard or whatever. Obviously a fake name, whoever authored that book. Yeah, don't support any of that. So I suppose that from the perspective of what you were arguing, that there's this conflict of interest. Yeah, and to an extent there is. I don't deny that, and it's kind of disappointing, that stream, in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy it. Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So you're a bit.
Go ahead.
I was just, I was probably just to respond to, like, the matter of relativism.
Okay.
I don't consider myself relativist at all.
Right.
And I do say later on that I do think that there are superior and inferior religions, and the basis for that is the closeness of that religion towards what is objectively good. And that would be the grounds for why I say that you have the Carthaginians, which were executed for their child sacrifices, because the kind of worship they were engaged in, while it does have a position, so to speak, like they're not worshipping nothing, they're worshipping daemons, as they would be called, but that was abject to the Romans.
Yeah.
Essentially, because they have a higher religion.
Right. Well, okay, so, and I'll grant you that you're right that the Platonic tradition, Neoplatonists, they would have those takes, they would have those accounts. What I'm curious about would be how you would give, in terms of, debate, logic, and epistemology, a justification for your claims about, the good and basically being the good and this kind of stuff. And you said that there's a scale by which there could, you could sort of judge between these. And you said objectively the good. How do you know that?
So the basis for that is through reason. So we have Plato, who has established that tradition, who has established the epistemology for all of that. We can make those reasons judgments through the same route that Plato has towards the good.
Well, hold on. So Plato has a lot of disputes and arguments about metaphysics, and those do entail certain epistemic issues. But Plato doesn't really have an epistemology that is concerned with the justification in, say, the modern epistemological sense, right? So I know he has the idea of justified true belief. Understand that, but what I'm curious about is
Have you read Parmenides?
Say what?
Have you read Parmenides?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives it right there. He gives you the basis for truth. He gives you the oneness, which is the basis for our thought, which is correlated with being.
Okay. So what I'm asking though is the justification for the knowledge or the assumption that reality is fundamentally oneness. How do you know that?
We know that through the deductions that we make. We have that in Parmenides. You would know that if you read it.
No, I'm asking for the justification for the claim. I know Parmenides says that. I'm asking for the epistemic justification.
What do you mean justification? We have the epistemology. We don't need to justify
you're saying that we have it. That's not a justification. So I'm asking you. I am. You do need a justification.
Nonsense. The epistemology is established. I don't know. Do you disagree with the epistemology? Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking for, in the modern sense of the term, justification, right? Post-Enlightenment. What that means is to give an account for the assertions or the beliefs. I know you think that, but I'm asking how you know that.
So you have to bring it back. Do you disagree with the epistemology?
I'm asking about your view. Yeah, I do believe. I mean, I think there are metaphysical principles, but I want to know in your worldview how you justify the beliefs.
I believe in God, and I believe that there's a divine existence. I believe that
that's great. Now, so
a mind that participates in that divine existence and engages with the ideas, right? The ideas of God.
Yeah, but the question of epistemic justification is different from those questions, and it's prior to all your metaphysical assertions. So I want to know how you can justify your first principles or your claim that reality is fundamentally one.
Do you disagree with? I don't need to justify it if we already agree.
Well, no, but I don't agree with your system. So no, I don't believe reality is fundamentally one. So no.
Okay, so you disagree with. So, all right. So have you written about Parmenides?
Yes, I've had many classes in ancient. I've studied the pre-Socratics, and I've read Plato and Aristotle at length. And I'm asking a question about justification. So all you have to do is give me an account of how you justify the claims. That's it.
But which claims? This is what I'm asking you. Do you disagree?
You said reality is fundamentally one. I'm saying, how do you know that? Can you give an account for that?
So we know that from the account of the basis when we make the reductions back towards God. Back towards the divine existence, we have to understand there being multiple unities within which things participate, because without those unities, there'd be no basis for the particulars to have their grounded realities. So,
yeah, I mean,
for example,
I'm familiar with the one in the many question, but you're just appealing to other metaphysical assertions, which won't give. So that begs the question.
I'm not making appeals to other metaphysical assertions.
You are
literally explaining it to you. No, I'm not.
So I asked you, do you know what? So what does it mean to give? What is it?
I'm trying to explain it to you. You're interrupting me.
It's not a justification.
You have these grounds for unities that grow up as you make those reductions further upwards. So you have.
Yeah, but how do you know that's the case? You just keep asserting.
How do you know that? What do you mean? How do you know that?
Have you ever had an epistemology class?
Bloody skepticist.
Have you ever had an? Yeah. I'm making a skeptic argument. Yeah. How do you justify these claims to a skeptic? Exactly.
This is such a waste of time. Look, I thought I was going.
No, you wanted to. This is
skepticism. Look, I've been going to skepticism.
Right. So epistemology is a waste of time because you can't answer the challenge.
Time by inviting me on as if
it's a simple question. It's a simple question.
No, it's not a simple question because now I have to go into Damascus, right?
So it's a simple question about justification.
No.
And you just keep making metaphysical assertions.
You wanker. Gee.
Yeah, so you don't have an argument, you just have that. You just have names.
Oh my God.
You don't know what it even means to justify a claim.
No. Look.
No. There's no R on the end of the word no doesn't have an R on it. No.
Oh, piss off.
Right. So.
You wanker.
Oh, good one. Could you call me a wanker for the 50th time?
Seriously, for even a minute.
Seriously.
And I was going to discuss this. And you're
call me a wanker.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Call me a wanker.
Fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, you can't. You don't.
Americans.
Look at this rage quit. Look at this rage quit. Look at this rage quit. I'm asking you a simple. It's a simple question about justification.
Read Amblicus. Damascus explains this. He goes through
these are all you're appealing to authorities. I want you to give me the argument for the justification for meta because you don't have it because you don't have an argument. Because you don't have an argument.
God, I do have an argument, and that is you're a fucking wanker.
Yeah, that's not an argument. Yeah, you're making pagan. Yeah, keep it up, dude. This is making paganism look really good. Good job.
Well, because, no, honestly, if anyone comes and sees this, you know that you are being a wanker. This is a matter of
right.
fact.
So I focus on epistemology.
Theology, metaphysics.
I focus. You're spiraling, bro.
The rational arguments for that. You're
correct.
Arguing from an atheistic perspective
to
justify this.
No, I can make an argument. So you don't think I can make an argument without accepting a person's position? You don't think I can ask you Hume's questions? Then you're raging because I'm asking you Hume's questions?
On some basic things by necessity of believing in there being a
no, if you'd ever had an epistemology class, you would know that justification is a basic question.
Argumentation. This is a waste of time.
I'm not an so anybody who makes an argument adopts that position. So if I use a Humean argument, I'm an atheist.
No, well,
you see how silly that is?
You believe in God, but evidently you don't because you require me to argue for that.
No, I'm just asking for a justification for your basic claims.
No, you're requiring me to argue. This is why it's a waste of time. Now I have to argue.
No, it's a waste of time because you don't know basic. If you'd had an epistemology class, you would know this is a fundamental question. Any textbook in epistemology would ask you this question about justifying your foundational maxims and axioms. And you're saying I can't ask you that. You're saying I can't ask you that.
No, it's because I don't expect it from someone who allegedly believes in God. Like,
no, that's irrelevant to that's irrelevant.
No, it is relevant.
No, it's not.
That's the basis for knowledge and understanding.
So you're saying that I can't use somebody's argument unless I accept their position? That's retarded.
I don't want to waste my time arguing atheistic conversation. Like,
I'm not an atheist. It's an argument that I think your position should be skeptic, right? You should be led to skepticism if you were consistent. So that's my argument. That's why I'm asking the Humean challenge.
Right. Okay. So again, this comes back to Damascus.
Okay. How does citing an authority give me a justification for your first principles?
Well, fuck you. I was
exactly right. So no argument. So this is all he can do. This is all he can do. Look at this guy. Yeah, let me talk. Look at that meltdown, bro. That's gold right there. So he's ready to hop on. He's ready to have the conversation. I let him make any argument he wants. I'm asking a simple question. It's the question I ask in every debate. And everybody here who has heard me debate has heard this question probably 100 times, right? And so you saying Damascus and you saying Parmenides, none of those things count as epistemic justification. I know you like those guys. That's really cool. Neat. You like pre-Socratic philosophers. Awesome, bro. Now let's move into the issue of giving a justification for our first principles, because I'm not a foundationalist. And everybody in the ancient world, right, and medieval world, they had basically a foundationalist epistemology, and they did metaphysics first. All right. Yeah, I blocked you because you're just cussing at me, dude. You're spiraling and you're raging. You could have all of the time that you wanted to have made your arguments and not lose your cool, right? No, Ranka. No, Ranka.